Okay, guys, welcome back to iSoft Original. And on today's lesson, this is the first series of the technical, or let's say the practical aspects of VB.NET project. If you have not yet gotten the PDF file, or let's say the book handout, then you need to get one so that without a video, you can do it yourself. So, we're going to create a media player, right? A media player. So for the first thing first, I have created my form already, right? So first thing first, I will just right click on my tools and then go to choose items. So from the choose items, I go to com components, right? And then from the com components, scroll down, you will see Windows Media Player right there. Now check it, then click on OK. As soon as you click on OK, you will see that it will be applying changes, right? Then you will see that it is now being added to the tools here because it's not there. You need to add it yourself. So you can just drag and drop it, or you can just take it and then draw it and it'll work. So this is how I'm going to do it, right? So this is how I'm going to do it. Wow. Okay, good. So I'll just right click and then go to properties, and then instead of the section or select mode, I'll just turn it to none, and then I will add stretch to fit. Then I hit on apply, then I hit on OK. Good. So I need to add some buttons, right? So I'll just search for buttons. Good. Let me add some buttons so that it just worked perfectly fine for me. Good. So I'll just add some buttons. So one button here, but then I'll try and go to the properties tab, and then rename this button to back, right? So I'll just give it a shot like this, but I can then rename it. I can then rename I can then change the font size of it to let's say maybe 12. Good. And then I can change the font style to bold, and it's going to be like this, right? So like this. Good. So for this, I'll just copy and paste it, and then paste it one more time. So on this, I will just give it a shot like play. Good. So I need to enlarge this a little bit and then add this here. Good. So let me copy this and paste it one more time, but before this, let's change it to this. Yes. Then this will be pause, just copy paste that, copy and paste it. Good. And this is going to be your resume, right? Good. So you can just adjust this. This is gonna be the stop. Good. And then paste it one more time. This is gonna be load media, right? Good. So from this angle, I will just rearrange my media player, and wow, it's very nice. Good. So I'll add one tool which is called the open file dialog, right? So double click on the open file dialog, but first of all, click on the form, go to properties, now search for the text here, and then change it to whatever you want to rename it. So I'll just call it my first media player, right? So boom, now you can see that the name is being changed, right? Good. Now let's give it a code, right? Let's start the coding. Now let's start with the reverse, right? So we will say that ax windows media player 1 .ct controls .reverse fast reverse. So that is the code. Yes. So we will do the same thing. Let's add a play. So that will be AX Windows Media Player 1.ct controls dot play. So it's so simple. This is very basic, so don't worry. And this is AX Windows Media Player 1.ct controls dot fast forward. Basically so simple, right? And then the pause will be AX Windows Media Player 1.ct controls dot pause. So just like that. And then the resume is going to be AX Windows Media Player 1.ct controls dot play. So it's just gonna play it for us. Good. So let's see for the stop. AX Windows Media Player 1.ct controls come on, ct controls dot stop. Good. So that is it. Then this is somehow complicated a little bit, so let's double click it. This is what we're going to do. Now we're going to call this open file dialog for it to work whenever we click on this. And what the open file dialog does is it helps you to locate to some file. It helps you to navigate to some file, right? So we will say that let's say we can say that open file dialog 1 dot show dialog, right? And what it does is let's check it and see how best it works. You will see that as soon as I click on open or load media, it will open the dialog for me, right? This is the dialog. Now I can select any video I want, right? Any video at all from here, and it won't pick because I haven't added any codes yet, right? So when I click on this, or when I click on any of these videos, you'll see that it will just disappear, but it won't play. When I click on play, it won't play. So we need to add some codes to it so that it just gets working. So instead of saying open file dialog 1 the show dialog, we're going to say that we're going to use if statement. So we're going to say that if open file dialog 1 dot show dialog, which is what we declared, equals to dialog results dot okay. That means that if I select whatever I want to select from the open file dialog, then what I selected should play from the media player. So this code is just telling the project that if I select what I want to select, then what's next. So that is where we are going to say. Then we are going to say that AX Windows Media Player 1 dot its URL. The URL is the link or the location to the media. So we will say that AX Windows Media Player 1 dot URL equals to open file dialog. The open file dialog 1 dot the file name we just clicked, right? So it will just pick the actual file name you just clicked. So let's say I open the file dialog, I browse the dialog, I chose a particular video. This code will help me for my media player to pick the open file dialog file name, the particular file I chose. This code of lines will just help me to work it very nice. Good. So let's start our project and see if what I was saying is quite good. So let's load our project. Let's choose this right here and let's click on open. Now you see that automatically it is playing, right? Oh, sorry, come on. So now you can see that your media player is working perfectly fine. Now you can switch, you can double click to enter full mode. You can go to zoom full screen and it is full screen, right? You can exit full screen, you can pause it, you see that it's paused, you can resume and then it just continue. You can pause it and then hit on the play for it to resume and it's gonna work fine. When I click on fast forward, you see that it will be going very fast. When I hit on play, it will just play everything again. When I just hit on fast forward and then I hit on fast reverse, you see that it will be reversing back. And when I click on play, it will be playing. When I click on stop, you see that I just stopped. So our media player is working. Whoa, congratulations, you have successfully created your media player as a beginner in Visual Studio or VB.net. This is the part 1 of the edition, or the lesson 1, the chapter 1 of the pamphlet or the handout. So get to understand what we are saying. Try to learn as much as possible as you can. Try to do it on your own without the tutorials, and I hope and I believe that everything shall be well. Until we meet again on our next lesson, have a nice day and a blessed, you know what I mean. Have a nice day.